All right, yo, what is going on YouTube? We have a brand new video. Now, if you couldn't tell from the title, we're going to be talking about the housing market. Now, this is going to tie into the crypto market kind of a little bit, but this is kind of its own little venture topic we're going to be going into. So, as you can see from this, Wall Street-backed companies buying up single-family homes. Now, if you're just a normal guy, right, you're like, why does that matter? Well, I'm going to tell you why that matters, all right? Now, I hear a lot of people talk about 2008 and compare it to right now. Entirely different circumstances. It's a whole different ballpark, okay? Now, for me, when I've at least talked about 2008, a lot of people shit on me because I'm only 21, right? And people are like, oh, well, you know, you weren't really like alive in society in 2008, you know? Because in 2008, I think I was like 8 years old. I was sitting there, thumb up my mouth, playing like fucking Roblox or something. I don't know, dude. But I'm just putting it into perspective. So like, I didn't know what was going on in 2008, obviously. But what I can do is I could research and understand what really went wrong. And a perfect movie that explains this is The Big Short.
It was at that moment in that dumb restaurant with that stupid look on his face that Mark Baum realized the whole world economy might collapse.
Now, the problem I have with 2008, right, is after everything was said and done, the American people bailed out these banks for the bank's mistake. The banks got to keep all the money, and on top of that, take your guys' money as well. And no one seemed to care. And it kind of dawned on me once I learned about it, how come nobody cared? And I was like, oh, that's right, because they don't teach finance or anything money related in school. How are you going to catch the crooks if you don't even know what the crooks are doing in the first place? Okay? It's pretty genius, honestly. Anyways, going back to mortgage rates now compared to 2008, and trust me, this will all tie into my main point. Now, we have 6.34 in 2007, and then a 6% in 2008, right? Now, that may seem like a lot, but we head into right now, and I think this was announced today. On Friday, October 21st, which is today, the current average rate for the benchmark 30-year fixed mortgage is 7.32%, of 15 basis points over the last week. Now, it's about a 1.3% increase from where we were in 2008. Now, that doesn't essentially mean we're worse off than 2008, but I will tell you we are. The incoming economic crash is going to be magnitudes times different than 2008, right? The banks in 2008 were leveraged, like for every $1, they had $20 of fake money, right? But now, with the whole derivative market, which is a whole other topic of video, you know, one day I will make like a 2-hour in-depth video on that, but just take my word for it. If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself, okay? Do not believe anything I'm saying. You should look it up for yourself to then back me in what I'm telling you, okay? But this is just facts, okay? For every $1 that exists, there are 200 fake ones. Just to put it into perspective, how fucked everything actually is, all right? Now, in 2008, it was only 20 to 1. But now it's 200 to 1, okay? That's about a 10 times worse ratio, okay? So we are way worse off. So I wouldn't look at the mortgage rates now compared to 2008 and be like, oh, well, we're not that much worse off. But guys, when you really look at this cake we're dissecting, there are so many layers of fucked in this cake to where I can't even fathom about what's about to happen. But now, my whole argument for this video is, how did we get here? And it wasn't like it just accidentally happened again, right? I believe that they're doing this on purpose for the timing of the CBDC'S and how everything is going to come together. Because, guys, when you're in a position of power, you have all the money you need, right? Powerful people on the planet are very wealthy. But when you have all the money in the world, what do you want more of? Well, it's not money, because they already have that. They want power. It's the only thing that they don't have enough of. You could always get more power, but you could always have a capped limit of how much money you could get. Yeah, you could get $2 trillion, $3 billion, $4 trillion, $5 trillion, but at that point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything, right? Except once you get past power, then that changes everything, okay? Now, we have this Wall Street-backed companies buying up single-family homes, okay? So what we're seeing is all of these companies are buying up these homes because they're the only ones who could afford them. And there's a reason for this, I believe. Now, we're going to get into conspiracy talk, but in my language, I just like to call it facts, okay? Now, if nobody could afford these homes, all right, because the way the economy is going, inflation, yada, 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 just the minimum wage worker, they would literally have to work. If you're getting paid $25,000 a year, that's about minimum wage, right? What's 25,000 times 10? 250,000, okay? Now, the average price of a home is about 440,000, so you would have to work 20 years of your life, not eat, not pay rent, not pay for shit, not pay for cars, literally just exist, right? And not live, be homeless, save every penny and not eat, okay? I want you guys to understand that. You would still only have enough to buy a house after 20 years, okay? But obviously you have to eat, you have to do stuff, so you're only going to be able to save actually 20% of that. So in reality, you would have to work essentially like 80 to 100 years of your life to even afford that house at the minimum wage. Which, well, guys, it's impossible to do because you'll die, okay? Now, obviously not everybody's minimum wage. There are people that get paid higher, so then they could afford these homes, yada, yada, yada. But I'm speaking for a majority of America. If majority of America is living paycheck to paycheck, they are not going to have enough money to buy these homes. And if majority of America cannot buy these homes, who's going to buy them, right? So that's the whole thing. And I'm hearing a lot of people talking about, oh, if no one could buy the homes, everything's going to collapse. Oh, they're doing it again. They're messing up the economy. I think they're doing it on purpose, okay? I think they know what they're doing. As much as I don't want to give them credit for being just complete imbeciles. In 2008, they were imbeciles. But they knew what happened then. But this time is different. I believe they're doing it on purpose to drive out everybody from the housing market. So then all the corporations, Wall Street-backed companies, not even just Wall Street companies, guys. These could be, just people in power who just buy up the properties. Or what they do is they have people in their mortgages already. And then they try to make the economy so fucked. So then these people, they're like, oh man, I can't pay my mortgage this month. The bank's like, okay, cool. We'll take it. And now they own everything that you worked your life for, okay? So I'm just telling you that I think it's all for a reason. To drive out everybody, to get you to not be able to afford the houses. Then they get bought up by all the companies who can afford them, guys. Because if they're not getting bought up by you, someone's buying them. And it ain't you, I'll tell you that. It's the only people who can afford them, which are major Wall Street companies. And the major Wall Street companies are buying them up because then you, the consumer of capitalism, is like, you know what? I need to rent out this house because I can't afford to buy it. And it's the whole agenda, you will own nothing and be happy. And that's when CBDCs are going to come right in. Everything is just kind of tying together, all pretty correlated to where, it's a little odd, okay? Now, the economy will reset. The CBDCs will come in. I think the housing market, yes, there will be a dip in the housing market, but I believe everything will get bought up by these companies before majority of the population can, okay? So that's all I really wanted to mention today. Just a little commentary going over the housing market and what I think they're trying to do. Because you're going to be looking at it, guys, and anytime someone's like, oh, the economy's messed up, all the idiots that are financially screwing us, I don't even think they're idiots. I think they're doing it on purpose because they have an agenda to do, okay? Now, call me crazy, call me whatever, okay? I think this economic collapse is on purpose because they have something else coming, okay? So if a new system is coming, then they're like, okay, well, to hell with this one. We'll just drive it into the ground, okay? So, yeah, we're going to leave it at that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the new support on my channel. I appreciate every single one of you, and have a great rest of your day.